Okay, it is Thursday, February 13th, 2025. Your Richland County Board of Commissioners are now in session. I'm Commissioner Tony Vero, joined by Commissioners Banks and Mears and our senior clerk Stacy Crawl. And we're going to let our distinguished guests also join by Andrew Keller, our county administrator. We're going to let our distinguished guests introduce themselves. The only note I would say to Hayden is when you write about Ontario's mayor, you note how much of an upgrade this mayor is right now. This mayor is really moving and shaking, and we've never been more happy with this mayor.
And I hear it all the time.
So, hey, please introduce yourselves because the media may write an article about what a great job all of you do.
Thank you. Randy Hutchinson, Area Agency on Aging.
Ken Justice, the fire chief for Madison Township.
Adam Gongwer, Service Safety Director for Ontario.
Chris Knapp, Mayor, City of Ontario.
Well, welcome. And I think if your name's Justice, you have to go into police or fire. It's just like, I mean, it's just,
It's required.
that is. So, all right, former Mayor Hutchinson, always good to see you. You would ask for some time today to talk about the mobility management program at the Area Agency on Aging. So take it away.
Thank you for allowing me to speak today. Just want to give a quick overview what the mobility management does and what the purpose of it is. It's a mobility management projects are meant to increase access to mobility for Ohioans by increasing understanding and awareness of transportation needs, promoting coordination of transportation options to meet those needs, building sustainable and healthy communities by integrating transportation and planning programs. As you're aware, anytime anything's road or anything's planned, you plan a bike, like around the bike trail, around the roundabout, all that kind of stuff. So I'm involved with the City of Ontario with the sidewalk project. They're going to have this planning project they have going on. The goal is to increase understanding and awareness of community transportation needs, to increase awareness of community transportation options and programs, to ensure that transportation considerations are included in the local and regional planning activities, like I just mentioned. To increase local capacity for transportation services and to assist individuals with assessing all community transportation options, such as our local Richland County Transit, which is a fantastic way to get around town. And inform and connect all mobility management activities point towards one goal. And that is connecting connecting customers to transportation options that are most responsive to their needs. That's kind of just an overview. Like I said, I mentioned Richland County Transit. We've had a couple of transit rides this week. Commissioner Vera came out on Monday. We did one on the Ontario Circulator. This goes up and down Lex Spring Mill. And we did one with the OSU students, some OSU students, to show them that they have access to great transportation to get around town if they don't have a vehicle on campus. And we had one scheduled today with the seniors, but with the weather and everything, we had to cancel our congregate meal at the Area Agency. So in turn, we had to cancel the RCT ride. I'm trying to just to show the seniors that it's accessible. If you live close to a route, it's you can't compare price wise to owning a car, get a bus pass, and you live close to the route. That's the economical way you can do it, especially if you're over 65. Which is, with the program here, my focus audience, target audience is over 65 and anybody with a disability or in low income. So trying to find those options out there for that target audience. So that's just a basic overview. Do you two have any questions?
Because we're over 65, right? That's right.
He's already spoke, so. Yeah, like I'm over 65, so $25 a month. Over 65 can ride the bus unlimited.
Really?
I can't compare that.
And with the new mayor bringing all these new attractions too, it just makes the transit route even that more desirable to go out there and just bringing in all these businesses.
Right.
Makes you really want to ride the bus.
Yeah, it's good to see the growth everywhere. I know you're working on the Main Street project and the city is, and the new sidewalks and structure, all the crosswalks and everything. So that is a very important part of any design of any roadway, is to make sure the transportation is there. accessibility for walking.
I had some calls on Main Street this morning. As I said to a couple people I talked to, you want to protect the areas where there's community investment, right? So as Main Street comes along, it's about potentially acquiring properties or encouraging landowners to bring buildings back into productive use.
Walkability is huge. We've in Ontario, we put a lot of new sidewalks in over the years and with this plan with the school, trying to get some more sidewalks up around the school. We have a lot of seniors, people of all ages using the sidewalks, so very beneficial.
Well, don't go anywhere yet. Hayden may have some questions for you. Anything? Okay. Mayor, you're welcome to stick around and
I'd stay around just to,
watch public government really excite people here. And
nice being on this side.
yeah, it is, isn't it? Well, we have some logistical items, but I think Chief, obviously, we don't want to take up too much of Chief's time. So Chief, you want to kind of update us on what you're here for this morning?
Should have in front of you a proposal from a company called Kramer and Associates. We've been working with them to prepare this proposal for you.
When you say we, Chief, I don't mean to stop you. Who do you mean by?
There's a committee that we have formed, EMA Director,
Okay,
Chief Crow. So
okay.
three of us have kind of spearheaded and taken on this project to start the discussion about countywide within the fire service. As you may or may not know, right now, we do not have a water rescue team in this county. We do not have a technical rescue team. We do not have any confined space teams. We do have a hazardous materials team, but it's run primarily out of the city of Mansfield with really no participation from other departments outside the city. If you remember, about a year ago in Shelby, we had a gentleman fall out of a boat and drown. We had no water rescue teams to respond from within the county. So we had to call other counties and wait on them to assemble to work on locating that individual. That is really when this conversation began within the fire service itself in the county. We feel, the three of us on the committee, that we need to figure out some type of system similar to what some of the other counties in the state of Ohio have that would enable equipment to be scattered about around the different fire stations in the county. And when a call out would occur, our goal would be to have that equipment taken to the scene. And then personnel from each department could assemble at the scene and utilize the equipment. That in and of itself would enable us to have a quicker response. We've talked to Mr. Kramer. We did talk to the Ohio Fire Chiefs Association as well, who does these type of studies. However, they're about 1.5 years out. Mr. Kramer has been hired by the city of Mansfield to do a study on the Mansfield City Fire Department, and he is currently here in Richland County doing this work. Our goal would be to fund this proposal and have him do the study while he's already here. May save us some money as opposed to having him come back at another time. Our goal is to have him do the study, publish his recommendations, and then we meet again and talk about how do we make this happen? What grant funding can we locate? Who pays for what? How do we get this going? You know, I've had multiple conversations with Captain Sweat at the sheriff's office, and I think the misunderstanding within this county is that, well, the sheriff's office has a dive team. The sheriff's office has a recovery dive team, not a rescue dive team. They are not in the ability, have the certifications or in the ability to perform emergency rescues. They are there to go back and do evidence recovery and, if necessary, body recovery. So our goal is to have people trained at each department who can respond. And in the event of a water rescue or a technical rescue or even a hazmat incident, have some equipment in different locations around the county and be able to get to these scenes quicker and, you know, participate a little quicker than what we've been able to do in the past. I come from Portage County, and I always try to not say, well, that's how we did it up there. But I can tell you that in Portage County, we have a water rescue team that is set up similar to what we have proposed. There's equipment scattered at different fire stations. Some of it belongs to the EMA. Some of it belongs to the departments. And we have people at different departments who are trained. And when there's a call out, equipment is taken to the scene and personnel assemble and utilize it. And we've been pretty successful with that equipment in those teams. The county has its own EMA-owned equipment that is kept in a separate building in the center of the county. When there's an emergency call out, there are some people who are assigned to those teams that have access to that building to respond that equipment. I did bring some photographs of some of that equipment in a file. I can leave with you gents to look at. I guess my goal would be and I'm asking the commissioners to fund this proposal for this study.
So it's $9,500 plus some additional mileage and lodging, is that correct?
Correct. And what we're looking at right now is if we can get this proposal approved, we may be able to avoid some of those other additional costs that he's already here.
I'm just getting this now, chief, so if I have some questions
Absolutely,
addressed in the document,
absolutely.
I
expect you may want to hear from your EMA director.
right, I was gonna ask Cliff if he's talked to Rebecca on this yet.
We had a sit down yesterday talking about this. I didn't know you were going to be here, chief. Thought she'd be here today if she knew you were going to be here.
I
Talk about
asked her yesterday,
this.
told her I would be here, so she
She knew you were going to be here.
may have something else going on. Not sure.
Okay. You had mentioned to me that you were going to be here. Talked yesterday.
Okay. All right, well then maybe you wanna kind of double back with her on that.
Yeah, I will.
What's the timeline on this, chief? You say, well, he's here now. How long would it take him to?
He'll be in Richland County on and off for the next 2 to 3 months.
There's a little bit of time for us to,
Don't have to prove it today, obviously, but I would like to start the ball rolling. Let's get this going if we can. I guess my greatest concern is the longer we wait, chance we have of somebody going in the water again and not having the personnel. I would like to avoid that. I'd like to get some people in place. I sent people to training last year for swift water, rope rescue, things like that, in anticipation of forming some type of county team, so I could have some people ready to hit the ground running when we get to that point.
okay. All right, chief, will give us a chance to take a look at it and Cliff will further discuss with Rebecca and we'll get back to you sooner rather than later. Hayden, you have any hold on, Hayden may have questions, nothing?
You explain it well. Okay,
Okay,
thanks. Thank you.
thank you, chief.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
All right, we're moving on. We have a 10:30 this morning, but let's go through our regular logistical items. Stacy, I think I need to make a couple amendments to the minutes here. Hold on, with so many documents. Okay, so it'd be my page 3, where we're talking about the wind and solar. Called a PILT, it's actually a pilot program.
So the
There were Jeff Sellers added.
taxes, so the O is there.
Yeah, it's a pilot program.
Said, oh, okay.
And then I also need to add, hold on a second, there's another thing. Okay. Where it says the letters were our way of seeking uniformity, I would like to add in the process, because I think that's important for the minutes from a material standpoint to say, it's not our way to seek uniformity in making a decision. It's a way to bring uniformity to the process, because I think someone could read that and say, the commissioners want to make a uniform decision for all the townships, and that's certainly not what we want to do. So I want to add in the process to seeking uniformity or after seeking uniformity, and then just change PILT to pilot. So those would be my amended, I'll ask for an amended motion.
Make that amended motion. Second.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay, motion to approve requisitions.
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Okay, motion to approve weekly appropriation and transfer request.
So moved. Second.
Rivera,
Yes.
Yes. All right, next up, we can do these two MOUs together. One's with JFS, the other's with AMA or EMA, excuse me, and it's with the Richland County, or the Mansfield Richland County Public Library, MRCPL. These are agreements that have been around for a while, and this is simply the agreements for the information and referral services between the agencies, which they call I&R. And those agreements would be in effect through the end of the year. So we have those motions or a motion for both those agreements.
So moved.
Second.
Rivera,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes. All right, next up, we have a request from the engineer that we authorize advertising for the town line bridge replacement. The estimated construction cost is $460,000. May we have that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Rivera,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes. All right, next up, we have another request from the county engineer. It's a request to approve the contract with K.E. McCartney for right-of-way acquisition services. This would be part of the roundabout on Lexington Spring Mill, and they contract with K.E. McCartney to assist with that. This is not to exceed $11,675, and 90% of these costs will be eligible for reimbursement by ODOT. So may we have that motion?
So moved. Second.
Rivera,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes. All right, next up, we have a request from our maintenance superintendent, Josh Hicks. He's asking that we liquidate a 2014 Ford F-250 that was replaced in the maintenance department, and he would like to list that and sell it on Gov Deals. So may we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Rivera,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
All right, next, we have a request. There's two resolutions here. These are again Madison. They are petitioning to vacate some roadways in Madison. The first one is an unnamed road off of Mariana Drive in Madison Township. This resolution sets the public hearing for March 11th at 10:30. The next one is an unnamed alley off of Ball Avenue, that's BAHL for purposes of the minutes. This resolution sets the public hearing for March 11th at 10:45. And we have a motion to set those public hearings and approve the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Rivera,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Okay, that is all our logistical items this morning. We do have a 10:30 in which we'll go into executive session, but do we have any questions, concerns from our friends in the audience? Okay.
Mayor, did you have?
We are here in support of the hearing agency and the transit and as Mayor Randy has spoke. We have applied and received the State Route to School preliminary grant over the 2-mile radius of the school. I presented that to the school board on Tuesday night, and we are putting the committee together, and we will also be on that committee. And our senior center is also within the 2-mile radius. Part of our comprehensive plan, we speak about what's called Old Ontario. There at that intersection, and that's within that 2-mile radius also. So we're moving forward with sidewalks, intersection safety, areas for modes of transportation in Ontario.
Why, always good to see you, Mayor. Even Mr. Gonwar, it's good to see him.
Thank you for more time.
Former Councilman Gonwar.
If there's any questions you have about the growth of Ontario, please ask as far as things that you have more things open to announce here. Should be in April from my latest phone calls. We're excited for new growth.
Looking forward to hearing about it.
All right, then, seeing nothing further, we will recess at 9:50.
Today, is that okay?
Yeah, instead of 1:30? Yeah. Yep.
Don't we have the Route 3042 at 1 o'clock?
I'm not gonna be at that.
Oh, okay. I think you were on the invite list. I didn't know if you're coming.
I think I was.
I was on the list and I figure regional planning and all that. I went through all the meetings with 30 and gone around,
The second
so
thing.
you can take 30, 42.
All right, it is 10:30. We are back in session. Our guests previously exited, but now we have two guests who we like very much. We have Michelle Swank and Kelly Christensen. It's always good to see them. At this time, I'll ask for motion. We go into executive session to discuss discipline of a public employee.
Okay.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Michelle always comes. Okay, we are back in session at this time. I am going to ask for a motion, and that motion will be for a 1-day suspension at Dayspring for a third Group 1, number 17 violation.
Moved.
Second.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
All right, Michelle, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, at this time, we need to also go into executive session again. But we're properly following the laws of Ohio, so had to come out of executive session, and this would be for a different agency. So now I'll ask for a motion again that we go into executive session to discuss discipline of a public employee.
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Banks.
Yes.
Okay, it is 10:50. We won't have any motions out of this session. I just got an update. We will take action, if need be, and at this time, we will adjourn at 10:50.